Hi everyone, and welcome to this morning's virtual college fair session. We're super excited to have you all here. We have 6 great institutions who are here to tell you a little bit more about what each of them do. So just to give you a sense of the format for this session, we have 6 institutions who will each talk for 6 minutes each. And so you'll hear a little bit about each school along the way. So you may be asking, how do I ask them questions? You'll see this Q&A button down at the bottom of your screen. Feel free to open that up and send any questions you have for any of our institutions throughout the session. You can do it while they're presenting, you can do it before or after they're presenting. Everyone's here and ready to answer those questions for you. Know that your camera and microphone are both off and they will remain off for the whole session. So really that Q&A is your best way to communicate with our institutions. I do want to note that you can sign up for more sessions like this at www.strivescan.com/Virginia. And that this session is being recorded and you will be able to access a recording of the session within about a week or so on that same website. And so with that, we'll go ahead and pass things off to our first institution, Campbell University.
Hi everyone, I'm Kara from Campbell University. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that you can see my presentation. All right, so like I said, my name's Kara and I'm representing Campbell. I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining today. Campbell, if you don't know, is a 4-year private co-ed university. We're about small to medium size, and we're located in North Carolina. So this is a visual representation of our location within the state. We are located in a small rural town called Bowie's Creek. And you can see that it's a pretty short drive from the Raleigh-Durham area of North Carolina and pretty close to a lot of the other different hubs within the state, as well as the coast. You see Wilmington there by the beach. So this is Campbell at a glance, just some quick facts for you about our university. The picture you're looking at is one of our oldest buildings on campus, and our founder, J.A. Campbell, the statue in front is standing there. We were founded in 1887 as Little Bowie's Creek Academy, and then eventually grew to today as a university of about 4,000 undergrad students. We have almost 100, or actually over 150 different majors, tracks, and concentrations across different disciplines, and those are organized within 8 different colleges and schools within the university. You can see some of our top programs in the bottom left corner. Biology, pharmacy, and the health sciences are very big at Campbell. Business is popular as well with some unique majors like golf management and trust and wealth management. We do offer 3 options within engineering and pretty much anything pre-law, with our law school being located in downtown Raleigh. You'll also see that we participate in Division I athletics. So even though we're a fairly small school, we have a lot of the big school fields and opportunities. This is a quick snapshot of our student class with some of our average numbers coming in, the 3.5 unweighted GPA, and then some test score averages beneath that. We do boast a small class size, about 20 to 25 on average, a pretty low student to faculty ratio, so you get to know your professors. And most of them teaching you are holding the highest degree the highest degree within their discipline or program. So this is a quick overview of our application process. We do use a rolling admissions process, meaning there's no early deadline that you have to meet to apply. Our application is free on our website. And this year we're offering a test flex option, which means you can submit your application and be considered for admission without a standardized test score, with the note that you would need to submit a test score before enrollment in order to be used for advising purposes. So scholarships are a big part of the application and admission process for many students, and that includes Campbell. So once you're accepted to Campbell, you are automatically considered for merit-based scholarships, which we award and notify you of about 2 weeks after your acceptance. And that can really help towards your tuition and housing costs on campus. And we really are committed to providing both merit-based and need-based aid in order to help college be as affordable as it can be. So you'll get a quick view here of some of our activities on campus outside of the classroom. Like I mentioned, we do participate in D1 athletics. We have Greek life. We also have student government, multiple media outlets, and a very large population of students interested in campus recreation and club sports. This is a full list of our athletics, most of them participating in the Big South. We do have a women's swim team in the CCSA conference, and then our wrestling is in the Southern Conference. This is one of our buildings on campus. It's both athletics and academics. Gore Arena inside houses the basketball court as well as the court for women's volleyball and wrestling. And then our exercise science department, which is another pretty big academic area, is in this building as well. And of course, you can't miss our camel statue out front. That's Gaylord the camel, our mascot. So Campbell was founded as a Baptist university, so faith, learning, and service is part of who we are. We definitely hold true to that Christian mission, but we don't require students to sign a statement of faith or have any particular background in that area. And I'll leave you with probably one of the most exciting things on our campus, new this year, just opened for the fall, our student union. And we do have students on campus this fall, so they're enjoying this building. It does have dining, a smoothie bar, fitness center, movie theater. You can kind of see it all listed there, but it's definitely a hub of campus right in the middle, and we're definitely enjoying that this year. And of course, I know this was a short presentation, but please reach out to us with questions, email, call us, and definitely follow us on our different social media platforms, because you can actually see student takeovers and get a feel for what it's really like to be a camel, a future camel on our campus. And again, my name is Kara. I am the counselor for students in Virginia, so please reach out to me. You can be directed to me if you call or email this main admissions line, and I'll be happy to help you. And thank you so much for joining today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kara. It was great to hear a little bit more about Campbell. We'll go ahead and head on over to Davidson Elkins now.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining this morning. I just want to talk a little bit about college priorities in general. I don't know if everyone's a senior out there, juniors, or you might even be freshmen or sophomores. So when you start thinking about college, and this is my opinion, but I kind of have a list of priorities in my mind. And I think the most important priority when you think about college is the environment and the location and the setting you want to learn in. Because if that doesn't fit your personality, then you're not going to be happy and you won't learn anything. And when I'm talking about environment, I'm talking about, do you want to go to a big school? Do you want to go to a small school? Somewhere in between? Each of them have their pros and cons. Do you think you want to go to a school that's located in a city or somewhere a little bit more off the beaten path? Davidson Elkins is a small private school in Elkins, West Virginia. We have about 800 students. So, you know, like I said, there are pros and cons with each size of school and setting. Our school, you'll get a lot of close interaction with the professors. They know you by name. It just has a really good community feel. That would be my priority number one when thinking about a college. My priority number two would be to think about what you want to study and the programs, the majors, the minors that are available at the institution you're considering. a lot of programs. If you're thinking about biology, let's say, almost every school will have a biology program. So do you want to, maybe go to the top biology school, or are you okay with just going to any school that has a biology program and you want to place more importance on a social aspect or the environment and the setting you're learning in? Also, sports is a big consideration. We're Division II, NCAA Division II. We have 22 varsity programs, so you can earn some scholarship money playing sports at Davidson Elkins College. The last thing I think, I know it's bad to say last because cost is a big priority, but I don't think cost can dissuade you from picking a college you really want to go to. Look at all the scholarships out there, submit your FAFSA and see the financial aid package of the college of your choice so that you can really compare prices among the colleges. What I'm going to do now is share my screen and show you a short video about Davidson Elkins College.
The world looks a lot different now. A number of things are uncertain, but it's in uncertainty that leaders rise.
COVID has presented a lot of obstacles to us as an institution because we are a hands-on institution. We're all about the individual relationship with students.
Despite uncertainty, some things stay the same.
But I would have to say the basis of Davidson Elkins, which is all about the transformation of lives, has not changed. Being in a small institution, we get to know them so much better that they're not so much a number, more so we know their name. You won't just go to a class of 300 and be a last name on a roll. That has allowed us to really see more of each other and become closer together.
Students are encouraged to celebrate their diversity, express their creativity, engage in competition, and seize their futures.
A lot of opportunities for students to be involved on campus. They can grow as leaders. They can rise to the top in a variety of ways on campus.
We have student organizations that fit just about any thought, desire, or need of a college student. Anything from the accounting club to the Black student.
You'll be exposed to new ideas and challenges outside of the classroom.
The uni provides a different array of opportunities to the students because they do have connections. There's a big alumni base and a lot of successful alumni there that do provide opportunities for the students to, maybe go do an internship or have those other experiences that you may not have at a larger school.
During your time at Davidson Elkins, you will learn skills and tools that will translate to success in the workplace.
Through D&E, I was able to spend a full summer at Johns Hopkins University and West Virginia University doing biomedical research internships, which I don't think I would have been able to do otherwise.
Our campus is nestled in the town of Elkins, West Virginia, where students are welcomed as part of the community.
It is hidden jewel area. We have some of the best fishing in the country, some of the best hiking trails, some of the best state parks, some of the best skiing.
At Davidson Elkins College, the experience is about more than an education. It is about building a future.
The most unique thing about D&E is being able to walk to a classroom, see 4 or 5 people that you know. It's just that friendliness that honestly that's what it's like. It's like family. It's fantastic to have that, especially being 3,000 miles from home.
The reason I chose Davidson Elkins College was because it was such a close-knit community. When I visited on campus for the first time, I felt like I was at home. I loved being up in the middle of the woods and all the senior community architecture buildings.
D&E, it's a safe place, not only physically safe here, but it's a safe place for them to change their mind, for them to change their major, for them to change direction, and that we will be there to support them every step of the way, because ultimately what we want is for them to find what it is that brings meaning and purpose to life.
Things on campus may look different than the typical college experience, but our students have never been typical. Join us today in leading the way.
So thank you for your time today. I encourage you to find out more about Davidson Elkins College from our website, and good luck on your college search. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Davidson Elkins. We'll pass things on off to St. Bonaventure.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Pete Lindsay, admissions rep for St. Bonaventure University. I'm an alumnus thereof, delighted for my time at St. Bonaventure. To give you a little insight into what St. Bonaventure is all about, we are located in Western New York, about an hour and a half south of Buffalo, New York, a half hour from the Pennsylvania-New York state border. We're a private Catholic university of about 2,500 students, 80% of whom live on campus. Average class size around 20, 25 students or so per class. So it's a very personal type of atmosphere. We bring in students from some 18 different states and 33 different countries throughout the world. U.S. News lists St. Bonaventure as the second best value in New York State, the third best value in the North, and also Princeton Review puts us in the top 384 best colleges in the country. Kiplinger Magazine lists us in the top 100 best private university values as well. We're bounded by 2 college towns on either side of the university within walking distance. So we're not in a large metropolitan area, but we're also not in the sticks in the middle of nowhere. So as you consider your colleges and universities that will fit for you, keep in mind that it's a green grass campus that offers a lot of nice opportunities for relaxation as you're a student at the university. Not a large metropolitan area, busy, not in the middle of nowhere as well. We're a Catholic university, but about a third of our students are non-Catholic. Mass is available every single day, completely your option. At St. Bonaventure, we are focused on activities outside of the class that will help leverage your academic work and prepare you for career or graduate school thereafter. 90% of our students are involved in at least 2 of the following: internships, independent research or study, community service, capstone courses, or junior abroad, where we have some 30 different countries and 60 different colleges as well. We think that focus on activities outside of class really prepares our students to become successful. Proof is 95% of our students are either employed or in graduate school within 6 months. Some of the flagship programs would be our biology pre-med program, 4+4 dual admission with George Washington University, where they set aside 5 seats for St. Bonaventure University grads. Similarly, a 4+4 dual admission with Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, and they set aside 10 seats for St. Bonaventure University grads. Our mass communications program, according to College Factual, is one of the top 50 in the country. If you turn on the Today Show, the news program, Outside the Lines sports show, all produced by St. Bonaventure University grads. Each year, because one of our alumni is Vice President of Marketing Communications for ESPN, our students get 6 press passes to the Super Bowl. Other really strong program, our business program, AACSB accredited. Only about 5% of the business schools worldwide have that accreditation, and ours is one. Also, our finance program is listed by College Factual as one of the top 10% values as well. Our accounting program, the 9th best accounting program among universities of 3,000 students or fewer. All the Big 4 accounting firms we recruit on campus, and we have a Meet the Accountants night where we bring notable alumni onto campus to talk about internship and career opportunities as well. Our education school is the 25th most innovative education program. So says the American Association of Collegiate Teachers of Education. Triple certification available in early childhood, and children with special needs as well. Our SITE program is the 3rd largest, Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science, arts more counseling oriented, science more research oriented as well. I know that many students are undecided about choice of major at St. Bonaventure. We will accept you directly to the major, but if you're undecided, we have 2 options to help you make that decision. the Major Adventures program, affectionately known as MAP, where our students take an online interest inventory called Focus 2, meet with career and professional readiness counselors and talk about career options, majors, minors, double majors, etc. For you academic stars that do everything well and are interested in everything, we have an individualized major. 2 advisors, not one. You actually create the major, name the major, do a brief research paper or a creative piece upon graduation. When I think of who fits at St. Bonaventure, you will be a student who probably is a very active student. About 85% of our students are involved in Division I club or intramural sports. You may be very invested in community service and giving back to others as well. Finally, I would say we're also an institution where students choose us because they really enjoy personal attention from faculty, and in addition to that, will establish friendships for a lifetime. I'm your admissions rep for the Virginia area. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm available at any time. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you so much, St. Bonaventure. Before we head over to our next institution, I just want to give a little reminder about the Q&A feature. So please remember that if you have any questions from any of the institutions that you've already heard from or that you're about to hear from, send your questions through that Q&A. But with that, we'll head on over to NC State.
Thank you so much. So hello everyone. Thank you for taking some time today to learn about NC State and as far as the other schools as well. But we can go ahead and start jumping into it. As far as looking at NC State at a glance, we're located in Raleigh, North Carolina, which of course is the capital of North Carolina. Roughly speaking, we're about 2 miles from the downtown area. So being our student here on campus, you can experience everything NC State has to offer, but everything the city of Raleigh has to offer as well. In total, we have about 36,000 students on campus from over 120 different countries. So basically students all around the world are located right here in this one location. We are considered STEM 1, Research 1 institutions, which means we have a lot of focus with doing undergraduate research. And you can see since last year, we've had over $373 million focused toward new sponsor research here in the university. With everything going on with COVID right now, we have shifted some of our efforts as far as 3D printing for face shields, making our own face masks, and as well as hand sanitizers for workers within the healthcare field. We offer over 100 majors in total, 700 different student organizations, and 200 plus different study abroad programs. So if there's anything you have an interest in, whether it's more your academics or student involvement wise within organizations or within your community, I can almost guarantee you we have it here in some shape or form. Also, we are in the top 10 best value as far as public institutions in the nation. So we understand going to college, a big thing you do think about, of course, is the cost. Just means coming to NC State is a good bang for your buck and investment into your education overall. As far as applying to NC State, the one thing I would encourage you to look at is think about what do you want to major in. One thing very unique about us is that we do admit students directly into that major on the application. On the application, you'll have a first choice and second choice major option to choose from. We will review you for your first choice major as much as possible. If we can't admit you into your first choice major, we then review you for your second choice major. These 5 majors you see on the screen right here are some of our most popular majors from students this past couple of years. If you are undecided or you kind of want to come into the campus and explore some of our majors we have to offer, you would want to select exploratory studies. It's our first year undecided major. When you come in, take some entry-level general education courses and have help with your advisor as far as find the best fit major for yourself. As far as how to get your application to us and some things to think about, the first is our app deadlines. We have 2 different ones. Early action, so this deadline to apply by November 1st. You will hear back from us on January 30th. Our early action deadline is non-binding. The next one is regular decision, apply by January 15th, hear back from us on March 30th. No matter when you apply and when you are admitted, you will have until May 1st to give us that official yes or no. As far as making your application complete, is about 3 easy steps. The first one is applying through Common App or Coalition. We are on either one. We do not have a preference. Next is our application fee, which is $85. If you have a fee waiver, please mark it on the application and send us a documentation, and we will be able to waive your application fee for you. And then next is your official high school transcript, which must come directly from your high school. For this 2021 academic year, we are completely test optional, so you do not have to submit test scores if you do not want to. What we do is take self-reported test scores for the SAT or the ACT if you do want to submit your scores. As far as things we look at, we have a holistic review process, which just means we don't have any set minimums. We're gonna look at everything you're involved in inside and outside the classroom. Your academic achievement is your transcript. We want to see you making grades like A's and B's with more A's than B's, and taking challenging courses such as honors, AP, IB, or dual enrollment type coursework. Again, for test scores, we are fully test optional for this year, so you do not have to submit any test scores if you do not choose to. Just to give you some context, last year the middle 50% for our SAT was a 1270 through a 1410, and for the ACT a 27 through a 32. But once again, we are fully test optional for this year. Next is the interest in the program you're selected. So going back into that first choice and second choice major option, since we do admit students directly into that major. Next is your extracurricular activities, so things you're involved outside the classroom. As far as what to be involved in, it is completely your preference because it's things you're doing in your own personal time. If you like it, we love it, and works perfectly fine for us. The next two, as far as your background and opportunities in an individual story, just more talks about your journey to college and kind of who you are just beyond your academics. And you can share this information with us through a lot of our short answer essay responses or that big personal statement you may see on the Common App or Coalition. The best advice for essays is just tell your story. Let us know who you are. No matter how big or small you may think something is, it is very unique to you. It would make what makes you special. So tell your story. Let us know who you are beyond yourself just within the classroom. Let us know any obstacles you've overcome or accomplishments you've had along the way. So that's really my quick run through and kind of screenshot about everything. We do want to encourage you, if you want to get become a part of the pack, you can visit that website to see more about our review process and how to apply. Also, our contact information is listed right there. You can email us or just give us a phone call. We're more than happy to help you. One thing a little bit different for us, we don't have counselors for set territories. So really anyone in our office can be there to assist you. If you remember my name, Justin, I'm more than happy to help you. Or you can call and say, hey, I remember I heard from someone with a bald head. They can help you appoint you to me as well. Lastly, I do want to encourage you to check out our open house. We will have a 5-day virtual open house starting on October 17th. If you want to sign up for it, you just have to go to ncsu.edu/open house, and it'll take you right to the link, or just email us, and again, we can appoint you to for that. Besides that, that's my whole spiel. Thank you again for attending today. If you have any questions, feel free to put it within the Q&A feature.
Thank you so much, Justin, for telling us a little bit more about NC State. Definitely appreciate it. Now we'll head on over to William and Mary.
Hello, y'all. My name is Peter Kinton. I'm an assistant dean of admission at William & Mary. Shout out to all the great unique colleges that have already come ahead of me. I just want to reinforce, please reach out to any of us should you have questions to this application process. It's certainly a weird year to apply to college, so we want to make this as transparent, as helpful as possible. So don't be afraid to reach out. And now let's just get into it. So share my screen. So this is William & Mary. This is our main building on campus. It's the Rent Building. It's actually the oldest academic building still in use on a college campus today. It dates back to 1695. And that's because William & Mary is technically the second oldest college in the country. So we were founded in 1693 with a royal charter from King William and Queen Mary back during that glorious revolution, hence our name. But we also have a lot of firsts that we like to brag about. We are the first school to have a law school. We're the first school to have an honor code, which is really the foundation of William & Mary's community, which is something that we're very, very proud of. One that I like to talk about is that we're the first school to have a modern elective system, which sounds super boring and why would anyone care about that? But that's kind of the genesis of the liberal arts and sciences, which is kind of one of our core tenets academically at William & Mary. As you can see, we're the 4th best for undergraduate teaching. And we are also 4th for happiest students in the United States, which is something that we are really proud of as well. In terms of size, we're a small to medium size as well. We're about 6,300 undergraduate students with about 2,500 grad students. So the main focus is still really going to be on those undergraduate years. We have students coming from all over the country. We just got that 50th state, so shout out to North Dakota. Hi, hello, how are you? We are a public university, so if you are a Virginia resident, you are considered a state. And as you can see in where we are located, my screen is oddly very zoomed. I don't know why. It doesn't really happen. I'll zoom out a little bit. We're located in the Tidewater area, so we're about an hour from Richmond, an hour from Norfolk and Virginia Beach, and anywhere between 2.5 and 12 hours from DC, which, I mean, if you get 95 traffic, you understand. But moving on, in terms of our campus community, we really do value meaningful involvement. So we do that through over 500 different clubs and organizations that you can get involved in, whether that is something that's certainly academically focused, like the International Relations Club, Model UN, a business fraternity, the chemistry club even. We have 45 different club teams. We have traditional Greek life. We also have clubs that are just kind of quirky and odd and strange, and we love that about our school. So we have an entire club dedicated to cheese, and that's fantastic. The president of the cheese club is known as the Big Cheese, so you too could come to William & Mary and become the Big Cheese and have it on your resume, and I think that's the whole fantasy of college if you think about it. And so there's definitely going to be things for you to do on the weekends, things for you to do in your free time. I guarantee that. We want to make sure that there's just as much social fulfillment to your academic or to your college experience as much as there is academic experience, because a well-rounded experience is one that is not fully dedicated to one or the other. So moving on certainly to the academics. So there are three things that really set us apart. First is that we are liberal arts and sciences, which means that you are never going to be hyper-focused on one specific thing. You're going to be pushed into many different disciplines and many different departments, and you're going to find out what you like and certainly what you don't like. And that's okay. You can't declare your major until you have around 39 credits, which is usually the end of your sophomore year. So that gives you about a year and a half to shop around and figure out your likes and your dislikes, because heaven forbid, as a 16 or 17-year-old, you don't have it all figured out. And that's totally okay. You will certainly have your major and you will be an expert in whatever that subject is. And those range all over the board, from business to STEM to humanities. We are really strong in all regards. We are also the #1 public institution in the country that offers study abroad for its students. So about 60% of our students do some form of a study abroad program all over the world. We send students to all 7 continents pretty regularly, even Antarctica. I hear it's pretty chill, which I'm so sorry, puns are the lowest form of humor. And then finally, we are also a research university. And so about 80% of our undergraduate students practice some form of mentored research. And we really do value undergraduate research because we want students to get involved and gain that experience, which will help prepare them for the job force or the workforce after graduation. In terms of our application, we are also a school that really values holistic application review. So we're going to look at a variety of things. And quantitatively, we'll look at your GPA and your academic program. So are you pushing yourselves rigorously? Is that AP, IB, dual enrollment? We have decided to go test optional for the next 3 years, but not just this year. COVID provided a really good opportunity to start that program, and we're looking to see, is a standardized test score a good measure of academic preparedness? So if you want to send a test score, you can. If you don't want to, that's also totally fine. We will not hold that against you. We'll also look at your extracurriculars, letters of recommendations, and your essays. We're trying to get a sense of who you are as an individual, because we are building a community at William & Mary. We're not just filling a dorm room with a warm body. We really want to know, are you going to be a community contributor? And the best way that we can see that is through an individual application that shows off your bread and butter and what you're all about. So in terms of deadlines, we have early decision, which is different from early action. So early decision is that binding agreement, meaning that if you want to, if you apply to William & Mary and you get accepted, then we expect to see you in the fall. So you're committing, saying, hey, this is my #1 school. So you can only apply to one early decision school during an application cycle. And we have 2 early decision rounds. So the first one is early decision 1, and the second one is early decision 2. And then our most popular is regular decision. That'll also be January 1st. For ED1, you'll hear back in late December. ED2, you'll hear back in early February. And then regular decision, you'll hear back in late March. So that's all the time that I have. Feel free to contact our admission general email. And again, thank you so much for your time. And I look forward to answering any questions that you may have. Thanks, y'all.
Great, thank you so much, William & Mary. And now we'll head on over to our final institution for this session, which is the University of Louisville.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much for having me today. So let me go over on my screen share and we'll get started here. Oh, let's see, play from the start. Okay, sorry, give me a second. Play from the start. There we go. Okay, so yes, my name is Robin Komar and I'm with the University of Louisville. I am based in the Washington, D.C. area. I live in Alexandria. So my recruitment area is Virginia, Maryland, and the District of Columbia. So I'm excited to kind of meet you virtually all today. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, the University of Louisville is in Louisville, Kentucky, public research university. We're going to dive into some specifics, but I do want to try to see if we can get into this video. So let's see if it's going to let me. sorry guys, that stopped short. So I apologize about that. But I think it's really important for out-of-state students to kind of see some insights to campus, some pictures. So I wanted to share that. These are some highlights for us. So like I said, we're in Louisville, Kentucky. We're a public research school. We are a Division I school. We compete in the ACC conference, but we're only 12,000 undergraduates. So we are not an overwhelmingly big Division I school. So you get that school spirit, you get that energy, but it's 12,000 undergraduate students. And that translates into a very manageable campus. You can walk from one end to the other end in about 10 minutes. All the dorms, all the athletic facilities are right there. So it's a manageable campus. Class sizes are, the average class size is 26, and you saw in that video, it's a 13-to-1 student faculty ratio. We have over 200 majors and 12 colleges, which I'll touch on in a second. We too have a Carnegie R1 research institution. So again, like some of my colleagues here, we have a lot of grants for research. We're doing a lot of research, and our undergraduate students have lots of opportunities to participate in that research. 25% of our students come from out of state. We have a pretty big regional recruitment team, so we're kind of all over the country and internationally recruiting. So that number continues to grow every year. We have been recognized as the most diverse university in Kentucky, and that's not just racially, that's religiously, culturally, regionally, socioeconomically. So lots of diversity on campus. About 35% of our students identify with one or more races. So, and again, those numbers continue to grow as well as we continue to do regional recruitment and kind of expand our recruitment efforts across the country and internationally. We have over 450 student clubs, so lots of ways to get involved. Our Student Government Association is really strong, really involved. 32 Greek organizations, including all Divine Nine historically Black fraternities and sororities as well. And we're affordable, and I'm going to touch here on the DC Metro scholarship and then our national scholarship. But quickly here, you can see our 12 academic colleges, 200 majors. Some highlights is our engineering program is a co-op model. So our students are getting hands-on experience in their field of engineering and getting paid. So it's 3 semesters. Our business school is really strong. It's ranked #1 in the state of Kentucky for the College of Business. We have a really great nursing program. Our College of Music actually is a really great program as well. We're one of only 3 institutions in the whole country that has a music therapy lab on site, and students can major in music therapy. We also have an ASL major as well. And then this is our regional scholarship. So if you're based in the DC metro area, so that includes counties in Northern Virginia, and also most of Maryland, you're going to get this automatic scholarship of $10,000. It goes up to $16,000 based on academics. We are test optional this year, so you don't have to pay attention to the test scores there. So it's just for this year. We're determining if we're going to be test optional moving forward. But this is, it doesn't require a scholarship application. This is tied, this year it's going to be tied to your GPA, and students can petition to get higher levels. But at a minimum, you're going to get a $10,000 renewable scholarship. And just to put it in perspective, well, this is our, and so sorry, that's our regional, sorry, am I done with time?
You can wrap up, you're fine.
Yeah, so that's our regional scholarship. This is our national scholarship. But just to put it in perspective, we're $38,000 total. Everything that's room, board, books, and tuition. That's not just tuition. So for the regional folks, you're gonna get the $10,000, potentially more right off the bat, renewable every year. And then if you live outside of that regional area, you're still eligible for our national scholar program as well. We're rolling admissions. We do have a December 15th competitive deadline for our honors program. But you'll get a quick turnaround for us. We're on the Common App, and we are, again, test optional for this year. And there's some pictures of Louisville and the city, very active, very engaged. And then this is my contact information if you have any additional questions. So thank you so much for your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Robin, for telling us a little bit more about the University of Louisville. So with that, we can go ahead and wrap up our session. So we're super excited that all of you chose to join us this morning to learn a little bit more about each of these institutions. A big thank you to all of our college representatives for joining us this morning as well. Whenever this session closes, you will see a quick 4-question survey appear on your screen. If you want to take a few moments to fill that out, we really appreciate the feedback. I think it's helpful for all of us to see room where we can improve. Just a reminder that you can sign up for additional sessions at www.strivescan.com/Virginia. and also that a recording of this session will be available at that same website within the next 7 days or so. So thank you to everyone once again. We hope that you found the information helpful, and perhaps most importantly, I hope that you all have a great day. So long.